Hi everyone. How many of you are feeling some emotional or physical pain? I'm sure most of you are probably raising your hands. So today I want to talk about that. I want to talk about putting our pain into perspective. And for those of you that are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Sally Harris and I coach moms who have struggling adult children. I help the mom create coping strategies and boundaries around the relationship with her child so that the mom, you, can continue on and live your own life. So let's dive in here. You know, there's an old adage saying that says the greatest lessons are taught in the classroom of suffering. And while that doesn't sound very appealing, it's very true. And I can definitely feel that and see that in my own life as well. So, when you talk about pain, whether it be emotional or physical, there's three different things I want to mention to you. Number one is, when you think about the target, where is the target? And number one is our weakness, right? Our weakness. So our enemy is going to target our weakness. So the physical weakness versus emotional. Let's start with the physical aspect. When you talk about our weakness physically, let's say, for example, and I can give you my own personal example here, but I've had back issues for years and just always had some low back pain. And when I started really was in the middle of what was going on with my daughter, and I was having physical pain, the majority of my pain was in my back because it's going to strike you where you're weakest. And my back, my spine was my weakest link, right? So that's physical. What about emotional? So for those of you moms who are still carrying guilt or shame, again, the enemy is going to attack where you are the weakest. If you are portraying yourself as, full of guilt and walking around full of shame with your head hung low, those are going to be the emotional areas where you're going to be attacked. Number two is our blind spots. Those blind spots, just like in a car, right? It's areas that we're not aware of. So we really need to know our surroundings and know who we're hanging out with, who we're spending time with, who we are really confiding in about your situation. This is, some of you may, a lot of moms, some will be, I only have one or two people I talk to, and then others will tell anyone and everyone what's going on. That's your business. You do what you want, but it really is, you want to be careful who you're sharing things with, just because what kind of advice are you getting back, right? And number three is exactly that. Having the right people in place around you is so crucial. And so that's something I really want you to think about, because you need people in your life that are going to tell you what you need to hear, not always what you want to hear. And I know a lot of people don't like that, but it's true. Myself included. I've had many people along my journey, this 10-year journey that I was on with my daughter. I had many people come into my life for even just a season and told me the hard truth. And while I didn't like it, I thank them for it now. I really do, because I needed it. I needed to hear the truth. So remember, our perspective, we need to exchange the pain for perspective. And one last thing I wanted to mention is, I once heard, and it's so true too, is our perspective about anything doesn't change with information, right? It changes with experience. And so this situation that you're going through right now, while you never would have asked for it or planned for it or anything like that, but I just want you to know that you are going to come out of this stronger and a better person than you did going into it. Anytime we go through a trial, right? We've got those mountaintop experiences in life, and then we've got those valleys, but we just don't want to stay down there. And so that's what I do, is I help moms create the boundaries for their own life, that they can live their own life, because a lot of you are feeling completely sucked down into what's going on at home. And so if you are interested in any one-on-one or group coaching, we start with a discovery call, and that discovery call link will be below, and you can just click on that, schedule a time, and then you and I would chat for 30 minutes and talk a little bit about your situation, how it's affecting you, and we would go from there and make a plan. Okay? So I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.